Good friend Frank Luntz, he's standing by with a focus group tonight. He's at the Citadel in Charleston. Frank, what's going on?
It's very interesting, Sean. We gathered 28 people who are likely to vote in the Republican primary. They watched for 90 minutes. They used their dials to indicate whether they liked or disliked each response, and they did have a clear winner. How many of you walked in here supporting Fred Thompson 90 minutes ago? 3 of you. How many of you thought Fred Thompson won the debate? I got to tell you something. We've been waiting a long time to see Fred Thompson do really well. Glenn, what was it that you thought Fred won?
Fred stepped up with clear ideas, a very strong approach in comments that he was making to some of the other candidates and comments that they had had previously.
You know, I think Fred really came out of the shadows tonight. He really showed that he had a passion for the military. He has a passion for the American people. He has a passion for solving the illegal immigration problem.
Fred not only came out with specifics, but he came out in such a way that the people would remember. He maybe was sarcastic to some degree, but the sarcasm brought out the humor, and the humor made people listen to what he was saying.
By a show of hands, how many of you like that humor? So you're saying to the candidates, in order to get your attention, you want them not only to be factual, but also humorous?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but more personable.
He was articulate and he knew his facts.
He was personable, he was engaging. Up until this time, he just kind of stayed in the shadows, and the last debate, he just spewed a lot of rhetoric. This time, he was on point, he knew what he was saying, and he made me feel that I could trust him as a candidate.
He was humorous, he was amusing, he was entertaining, but I also felt him to be a little flippant, and I don't like that in my candidate. I want him to be a little more serious and upstanding.
I thought it made him personable, but I agree with Amanda. I mean, he was a little flip.
I thought, to expand on the point, he knew his facts, he knew what he wanted to say. His competition in the fall, they're fast and loose with the facts. Fred will challenge them.
I think he was one of the most negative people in the debate. He was particularly critical earlier in the debate, and I like people who show their records. I don't mind people debating records, but I think when they bring in the personal, it's not necessary.
Marilyn, did he attack too much?
No, I was going to comment on, he gave me this shock. That's what got the momentum going, I think, in the debate. When he shocked me, like everybody was telling me, Mr. Thompson is passive, and I know I've looked at him in the past, and I like him. But then when they were saying he's passive, and then all of a sudden he jumps out there and goes after Huckabee. It was great.
He showed that he could be a leader tonight and actually step up and show some. He had a basis behind it, and he showed that he was a human being, and he actually stepped up to bat and hit a home run tonight.
I don't think it was negative. There was a distinction between the candidates and his record, and that's what I came in expecting Fred Thompson to do. I was delighted that he lived up to my expectations.
And who disappointed you the most of all of them? Ron Paul. How many of you said Ron Paul was the loser tonight? There you go, Sean. You've got a winner, Fred Thompson, loser Ron Paul, and we'll be talking to our focus group people a little later on this evening.